Dear Samantha, I cannot tell you how honored I was to be the subject of your recent essay. While it fills me with joy to know you consider me your hero, I find myself unable to accept such praise. You see, Samantha, war cares not for the ego of man. When I looked my demon in the eye, he held his gaze longer than I held mine. World War I, as your generation has taken to calling it, was a time when men were men. Every morning we woke up to the sounds and smells of lost limbs and trenched feet. I learned much about courage during the Great War, and for a short time I was part of something truly heroic. A group of like-minded men, a band of brothers not bound by politics or borders, but by a shared passion for the water. My South Prussian Swim Club. The South Prussia Swim Club was founded in the year 1916 by a man I knew simply as Georgia Slim. Georgia was lucky enough to be separated from his battalion one afternoon, and in search of fresh water and safety, stumbled upon the untouched waters of Lake Masuria. Tucked behind the nefarious cliffs of Balkan West, it was the last true crystal paradise in all of South Prussia. He returned to the battlefield the following day, but could not keep his discovery a secret for long. He recruited myself and a man named Anthony Siekierski to follow him each Sunday to the shores of Lake Missouri. And with that, the South Prussia Swim Club was born. Every Sunday for 2 years, our likable trio would rendezvous at the lake and put the horrific images and sounds of battle behind them. Finally, men could be men and take a dip if they'd like. Were we deserters? That's a bit harsh. Surely anyone alive at the time or since would say that we abandoned our fellow countrymen when they needed us the most. That we were textbook cowards sitting there splashing water and navel-gazing while thousands died beyond the cliffs. But in your grandfather's defense, I did still fight in the war 6 days a week. It was just Sundays that me and Anthony and Georgia Slim took this time to ourselves. We didn't always swim, now that I think about it. More often than not, we just stayed on the shoreline and played non-contact sports and pretend war games. I could not have asked for two better friends during such a traumatic time in my life. Georgia Slim was a character like I'd never met on our side of the pond. He was pale, underfed, and had the facial hair of a Scottish rat.
All right, bozos, what game you want to play today? Now, I'm a card shark. Now, what that means is I only move forward, okay? What's that? Probably a diamond. You guys haven't played loose dames? As you keep that dame, you want to see this fucking Cincinnati quickness I've got here? The war don't even know about that.
Then there was Anthony, who hailed from a mysterious place called the Ottoman Empire. I knew nothing of this place before the war, and Anthony's tight-lipped demeanor did very little to shed light on the culture from which he came. Fortunately, he was an insatiable writer.
The women in America very generous with their curvy, with their bosomy curves.
Oh, are they
plump,
like, they're full?
Their fullness and their, yes.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that God was very generous
Yes.
when he made them.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I mean, they're absolutely, I mean, there's plenty to go around in the fat department, if that's what you're asking.
I like
yeah.
this very much.
Throughout it all, the South Prussia Swim Club was an ideal combination of personalities. When it came to rules, there was only the one. No talking about the war. Unfortunately, there was one day, toward the end, where I made the mistake of talking about the outside world. So gents, I hate to be the one to break the one rule we've got, but hear me out.
It's
concerned.
a rule, Henry.
Sure, but
There's
I'm worried.
no talking
I'm worried about
the war.
the swim club
Okay.
come the end of the war.
There isn't going to be an end of the war, and the
Yes.
swim club will always exist.
I can't say that's
Any other
reality.
questions?
Georgia, I can't say I agree with you. We've had a major victory in Belgium today, this morning.
Yes,
Yeah.
crushing defeat.
Crushing victory.
It was a crushing defeat, but perhaps we will pick ourselves up and we will go back and fight.
No, I think you might be confused.
People died on both sides,
Sure.
but there's a clear winner of the battle,
And
That
next
is-
time,
and that's the Allied
that
forces.
will be us. What is the You said allies.
The Allied countries are, let's just say them at the same time,
United
UK
States.
and US,
UK and US.
Italy,
Germany.
Germany. No, I don't think.
Not Germany.
The
Certainly.
Great Germany.
Is Portugal fighting? Do they ever fight?
I don't think so.
There would be nothing against Germany.
Okay, so where does that leave Austria-Hungary? Because they started this whole mess, right?
Which is one
With
country.
the
Oddly enough.
Who are? So you're an Ottoman. You're an Ottoman.
yes,
Ottoman.
the Ottoman
Yeah.
Empire
Empire.
So
One
you
of the
came in
last
a little
greatest.
late. We're
to
friends.
fight the Russians, and the Germans help us fight the Russians. Wait,
We got out our trusty map and quickly realized we knew nothing about the war we'd been fighting. Not only this, but it became violently clear that the Ottoman Empire was a direct enemy of the Allies. What happened next, I'm afraid, is not something your grandfather's proud of.
I do not know why I am here.
In war, you see, you simply cannot trust everybody you meet. And so we killed Anthony on that day, on the beach of Lake Missouri. He's the only man I killed during my tour of duty. So, right, there you have it, darling. I hope to speak to you again soon. So long.